a lot of your players afterwards were talking about Sunday's game being more of a barometer for how the season is going to go, and perhaps some people have said it could be the same for Burnley as well. Is that how you see this fixture?
Yeah, I mean, I would think from Burnley's point of view, they'll be looking at this as a good chance of getting 3 points, which you can understand that. From our point of view, you know, it hasn't been too kind to us, the fixture list. You know, I think the first 10 games we played the top 7 from last year. You know, so it is a little bit cruel on us, but we've just got to, you know, we've got to hang in there. This is a game, you know, I always believe that take it apart from that top 6, I think anything's winnable in this league. And Burnley are in that category, so you know we've just got to try and be ready for. We know that Sean's got a really good, strong work ethic and everything, so we have to be ready for what's coming, and hopefully that we can cause them problems.
It's been called a must-win game already. It's perhaps a bit early for must-win games.
I think there'll be a few more of them in the next few weeks. A few more must-win games. I mean, it isn't a must-win game, but it's a game that's really, really important to us. With the games coming up, you know, 2 away games at Tottenham and Liverpool next, you know, with only 1 home game in between against Fulham. So it's a very difficult period, and that's why I think the importance of the game, you know, you can't really put it under the carpet.
Is it must-win, maybe not in terms of points, but in terms of belief, conviction, the players can survive it?
Yeah, I mean, I think winning your first game is always important. That's why I was disappointed so early on that we didn't take our opportunities when we had them. But then you've just got to, you know, stop feeling sorry for yourselves and get on with it. And that's why, you know, the group of lads I've got, you know, we are a little bit thin for the options. I think you're not aware of it when you're coming up, you know, but you know, your under 23s are very important. A lot of the big clubs have got 3 or 4 to call on top of the 25, whereas like tomorrow, I think we'll only have sort of 19 to pick from, or something like that. So it is a little bit different, but the lads, I can't fault the lads. The lads are trying as hard as they can. They've just got to eliminate the mistakes, really, and we've got to make more of a game of it for a longer period.
Have you analysed the Burnley side that struggled the first few weeks, or the team that hammered Bournemouth last week?
Well, I think they've been quite consistent in the way they play. You know what you're going to get with Sean, and he has a way of playing, and it's been successful. You know, for me last year, I thought he was the manager of the year to finish 7th and get Burnley into Europe. So you know, there are tried and tested professionals at this level, and we'll have to be up for it and try and cause them some other problems, you know, ourselves. And that's what we've got to try and do. We've got to try and get the crowd going and give them something to shout about.
You're a big fan of Sean Dyche. When you look at him, do you see maybe elements of a younger version of yourself?
Well, he doesn't worry about anybody else. I think he knows he's got his group, and they are very together. And I think that's the only way I think English managers can do, really. I don't think any English manager is going to get an opportunity at the very top level, because it's not, you know, it's the owners nowadays, I think, are looking for that top foreign manager to come in, you know. So, you know, Sean's as good as it gets in regarding English managers, and he does it the hard way. You know, you have to take a team up and then you have to change and try and stay up. Unfortunately, he couldn't stay up the first year, but he was given the chance, you know, to build again and take them back up, and they've never looked back, to be honest. The club as well, the infrastructure that second promotion gained, you know, with the training ground and everything, it does show us what's possible in the next few years.
And in terms of your own players at the moment, Neil, how much anxiety is there that you haven't got that first win yet? Have you had to work on that?
Yeah, I think it's difficult. I think different players have different, you know, scenarios, really. There's 1 or 2 lads that have been a little bit low in that respect. But it's up to me to try and, you know, get the best out of them and try and put a team out that I think are up for it. And that's what I've got to do. Look at the positive thing, you know. I think training's important. You know, one particular player has really done well in training this week and really opened my eyes. And whereas he's not really been in my thoughts much. So training's important to change your opinion of the managers. You know, if you're having a bad time, you've got to get on that training ground and put a performance into try and, you know, just give me a nudge.
So could there be maybe some unforeseen changes for some?
Well, there might be some changes, yeah, but I mean, we're still looking at the bench as well. I think we've got to have players who can change a game as well. So it's important that we stick together. But it is nice when one or two lads shine in training. It gives you that little bit of a plus.